I can do whatever I like in any situation because I've been in the most embarrassing situations.
Generally won't give you their money unless you do something in return, which is very selfish of them.
I find it very anti-communist, the whole idea of that.
Yeah, and it's very ableist, isn't it?
Totally ableist. So ableist.
This is a public health, public advice, as this podcast is very educational.
Right.
If you go into somebody in a hospital and they have a jar of some of their insides, don't smell it. Don't do it. It's not fun.
If I was to do it again, I wouldn't.
Your insides. That's gross. I never want to smell your insides ever again.
That is just straight up nasty.
If I've ever got gunk in a jar that you want to smell, go for it.
Okay, tell you, I
don't.
feel like I need to smell your gunk jar because
Are you flirting again?
Can I smell your gunk jar, lady?
I've told you, Steve. Stop it.
I like the way your goop smells.
If I were the benevolent dictator of West Stevestan, then
I would visit there.
Well, obviously, you'd be the associate minister of spaz issues.
Thank you.
And because of your tireless efforts, every bar and hotel would have a spaz room where you can go and just seize, and it's just covered in pillows and soft things.
And see, that would be fun for most people, just come into this comfy, squishy room and roll about a bit. Though it would end up filled with piss and drool and dribble and probably some blood.
Would it make you feel more at home if I start making whale noises?
Yeah, I mean, why not? I think in general conversations, you should just crack out the whale noises anyway, just mid-combo.
Have you seen what time that is?
Oh, it's Anna again. It's all right. It's the cancer. It makes her do that.
Oh my God, you should 100% just double down on making whale noises and pretend, and you don't notice it. And then if somebody looks, be like, "Oh, did I do something? Oh, sorry."
It's a little known side effect. It comes back to that confidence thing, because having seizures in public or, even at home, I've pissed myself in front of people, which is awful, but it also means that when I get on stage, nothing compares to that embarrassment. So it doesn't matter what the fuck happens on stage, because it can't be as bad as that. So it kind of takes away that stress thing, takes away the butterflies, because it's like, oh, I'm not pissing myself, so that's a bonus. People aren't faced with, death and that immediacy in their day-to-day lives. It's kind of like a distant, uncomfortable truth they don't look at.
I do get it a lot, and it's I struggle with not being angry about it, because I can understand it from their perspective when they say, oh, well, but, if I didn't know that you were sick, then I wouldn't know that you were. And, we're all going to die. I could walk out there tomorrow and get hit by a bus. And I'm like, yep, that's a fair enough statement, but it's a very different thing.
So if they knew they were going to get hit by the bus, would they leave the house? If you said, okay, you are going to get hit by a bus, now go and cross the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That puts it in perfect perspective. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
When truly horrible things have happened to you, and I know through the course of your seizures, you've had concussions. I remember you had you damaged your optic nerve one time because you.
Yeah, I've still got partial blindness in one of my eyes, but I've still got some, and I've got the other eye. So hey, but yeah, lots of head injuries and concussions and things. So.
And so then when it's very true, that thing of when the worst things happen to you, all of a sudden those things that were normal worries become non-events.
I was out in a party in the middle of nowhere and had pretty much a bottle of tequila and had an awesome night, dancing like an absolute twat. And then about 2 a.m, had a massive seizure, and the ambulance was called out, and at one point they were considering getting me choppered out of there because I wouldn't continue breathing, which was a pain in the ass. And the ambulance brought me back to home city, put me into hospital. I was in ICU for 3 days. And so when I woke up, rather than waking up in my mate's truck, which is where I was going to be sleeping. Rather than waking up in her truck in the middle of nowhere with a pounding headache, I woke up down the road in a comfy bed with no hangover because I've been on a drip for 3 days. And then just went, oh, morning, and came home. And so that was probably my best seizure. You know, people say, have you tried drinking water? Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
What's it really like living with a disability? And she was like, huh. Like, how do you explain that to a normie? So she got a bunch of spoons from the cafe they were at. And she said, well, this is your life. You have this many spoons to get through the day. But everything that a normie doesn't think about takes a spoon. So getting out of bed and getting dressed, that's a spoon. Getting your hair done, that's a spoon. The dishes, spoon. Unloading the dishwasher, that's a spoon. And you can borrow spoons from the next day, but then you don't have enough spoons for the next one. And it's this idea that there's only so much capability that you have to get through a day, and you have to pick and choose when, where, and how you put that energy. The truth is that horrible shit can happen to anyone at any time. And we just live in this blissful unawareness until things come crashing down.
The general effect of dying is kind of like lack of tolerance for people. So I do get the occasional sort of Tourette's outburst when people say stupid things that make me want to get a little bit throat punchy.
Yeah. You should totally make the most of that, though. Make the world a better place for us by sorting the shit out beforehand.
But don't say that. Punch, punch, punch.
Well, Anna's gone, but all these people can now not talk. So, you know, it was a life well lived.
It's a legacy.
Be a bunch of people going around going, I learned my lesson.
I really shouldn't have been a twat. Oh.
Like with the paramedics, like I know pretty much all of them, and you know, which isn't awesome. Lovely, you know, people and everything, but I wish I didn't know them like
Have you
that.
considered getting a live-in paramedic?
Yeah, but then they'd be here all the time.
But like locked them in a room. I'm thinking.
true.
I think I'm actually thinking of a robot.
Or back to that live feed in my house. I had the cameras and have a live feed, so if my alarm goes off, they can just look at it and go, "Oh yeah, she's not injured."
You know, now so this is something. So speaking about getting all of your business out there, if a thing exists, like porn will be of it, and there will be people who want to pay for it. So there will be people who get off on you having seizures, and you can set up an OnlyFans.
Monetize myself.
Only spaz.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this right now and you think you qualify, you can join my OnlySpaz site, and I will only take a percentage cut of your income.
There you go. See, that's where the money is. It's all about the hosting.
Yeah. All of this podcast has just been a lead up to my marketing campaign. Of getting my OnlySpaz off the ground. Literally off the ground.
Hey! Or on whatever you want, big boy. Your seizures are so fucking long. There is a non-0% chance that you will just die from any one of them. Like, it's not high. You've lived so far, but it's like not.
I've been really good at staying alive so far.
So far. Well, most people are until they aren't. So, okay, here's my pet theory for you is that you are actually immortal because your seizures run your heart so good, so your fitness is so on point that you are a god, basically.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I hate cardio.
Yeah, but you get it anyway. You get so much cardio from your seizures.
Oh, that's the bonus. I kind of get invisible exercise, so I don't have to be aware of it.
Yeah, it's like having a night person from Rick and Morty. You're just like unconscious. Your heart rate's 210 for an hour, and then you're like, boom, a cardio done.
But the thing is that she was wrong because you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, true.